Marlon Scott tells us he was driving home after a long day of work earlier this week, only to see flashing lights in his rearview mirror. It turns out that was only the beginning of his ordeal. Now, the city is doing what they can to keep people out of this building because it is still a structural risk. They put up this fence for the third time in 5 years, raw sewage spilling into their streets. This deck that I'm standing on now, this was completely underwater. Less than 3 hours ago. I spoke to neighbors a few minutes ago who heard all the commotion outside. They tell us that all of this apparently started over a girl. For the first time since Corey Jones was shot and killed near this very spot 9 months ago, we're hearing the 911 calls from that fateful night. This is Jason Hackett. I'm a reporter with News Channel 5. We pressed the regional property manager, Kelly Davis, on that very question, not once, but twice. We have mapped out the camera locations based on information we've requested from the city. When you saw the father of the man who did this sitting behind Hillary Clinton, what was your reaction? Ramsey says his one hope as we approach this 2-month anniversary is that the community will remain united. Calle Ocho here in Miami, just as jubilant as it has been. Now that this man, Fidel Castro, is dead and gone, what's next for the island nation? First pitch against the Mets set for 7:10, and Jose Fernandez was set to throw that first pitch. Hopefully that can be fixed soon. Very, very impressive, very dangerous scene going on just about a few hours west of Gainesville here in Florida's Big Bend, and the damage from the hurricane here is very evident. We're already seeing the effects of this powerful storm. Take a look behind me. This tree here in Delray Beach uprooted. Reporting live in Jupiter, Jason Hackett, very excited for Star Wars for News Channel 5.
All right, Jason, looking good out there.
Wednesday night in Little Havana felt a lot like the last 5 days in Little Havana. Jubilation.
To us, it's a miracle from God.
With Fidel Castro dead and gone, that jubilation also comes with a renewed purpose. Tonight's unity rally on Calle Ocho could be summed up in a simple phrase. Viva Cuba Libre. Amen. Long live free Cuba. Frank Garcia says his father died fighting for that freedom in the Bay of Pigs invasion in 1961, a failed effort backed by the CIA to oust Fidel's communist government. Standing in the shadow of the memorial dedicated to that mission, he tells me he wants his dad's fight to continue.
It is about freedom. We want to see a free Cuba.
The question tonight, how to get there. Organizers at today's rally say it will take several steps, including rolling back what they call unilateral concessions on trade and travel that the Obama administration made towards Cuba in opening relations.
But nothing has changed.
Maria Luisa hopes the incoming president, Donald Trump, can make a difference.
We have hope, big hopes, that he's going to make Cuba free.
Alberto Grau Sierra, who tells me he was Castro's political prisoner for 25 years, says those efforts must go beyond the U.S.
Esperamos la ayuda.
All the countries around the world have to get together with the Cuban people so they can get to the democracy that they deserve.
It's a message people here hope resonates from Calle Ocho to the rest of the world.
We hear some more shots and we hear people screaming.
I try to keep everybody calm, be quiet, stay quiet so he doesn't hear us alive in here. And
for friends Orlando Torres and Ramses Tinoco, the memories of June 12th still linger, the injuries still sting, and the losses still hurt.
I lost a lot of my friends, like 8 of them, so I went to a lot of funerals.
For them and many other Pulse victims, the recovery process has been a difficult one, which is why this video yesterday, the father of the Pulse shooter at a Hillary Clinton rally just miles outside of Orlando, was a shock.
It was a confusing moment for me. I did not know what to make of it.
When you saw the father of the man who did this sitting behind Hillary Clinton, what was your reaction?
Honestly, I just stood on the television, you know, and I was holding a cup, so I dropped the cup on the floor because I was like looking at the man. I was like, what is he doing in there?
In a statement, the Clinton campaign says Sadiq Mateen was not invited as a guest and they were unaware of his presence. Our cameras caught up with Mateen later that night and asked him about his presence at the rally.
Why they should be surprised? I love United States and I've been living here for a long time.
Despite what his son has done, he shows great intentions. I hope he does have a sincere heart.
Both Orlando and Ramses say they don't directly blame Sadiq for what happened that fateful night in Pulse. But Ramses says the appearance still rubs him the wrong way.
To me, it was kind of cold, yes, in a way.
Ramses says he wants the gestures to go beyond a campaign rally.
Show up to polls. pay respects to the people that die. So if he's willing to come all the way over here to do redemption in himself, why not do more?
Ramsey says his one hope as we approach this 2-month anniversary is that the community will remain united and continue to love. In Orlando, Jason Hackett, WPTV News Channel 5.
These people are trying to bully these people for every penny that they can.
Frustrations boiling over for Jake Lunsford and his neighbors at the Astrowood Apartments. These letters left at their doors today only adding to those frustrations.
We have 3 days to pay them the rent.
But Jake says he has good reason not to give them a dime. He says mold, bug, and rat infestations, structural problems, and other issues have overrun their apartments. Issues they say they've been complaining about for months. The city of Stuart stepped in, finding a total of 19 code violations, forcing code enforcement to place these orange danger signs on their buildings, and scheduling a court hearing to discuss the matter. The court hearing was delayed until next month.
How am I supposed to have my family over for dinner when there's a danger keep out sign on my window?
This is Jason Hackett. I'm a reporter with News Channel 5. We pressed the regional property manager, Kelly Davis, on that very question, not once, but twice. Do you have any statement, anything else to say about the situation over here at Astrowood?
You need to speak to Nikki London.
Our calls to London, who was a marketing director, were met by voicemail. Over at Richard Youst's home, there's mold in his vents, cabinets, and around his entire apartment. He is one of many here standing defiant and refusing to pay up.
You want your rent money? You got black mold, you got electrical, you got fire issues, you got rats in the attics. Like, come on.
Jason Hackett, WPTV News Channel 5. Well, Kelly and Michael, the answer is not much. Organizers say they changed a few things, but they weren't going to let this stop them. Ultimately, this is what Halloween is all about: putting on masks, putting on costumes, and having fun. Scary, scary fun. It started a few years ago with a candy booth and a handful of clowns. Now the Heather Street Clowns are a must-see. Make that a must-screen Jupiter attraction.
We're just here to have fun, and we want everybody else to have fun as well.
Nikki Jandrew, who started the walkthrough attraction with her husband, admits the fun was born out of fear.
I'm terrified of clowns and have been all my life, so my husband said, well, I'm gonna be a clown.
It's a fear that has taken hold nationwide. Creepy clown sightings continue to make headlines week after week, so Heather Street had to change things slightly.
We usually go walk around beforehand, and we said that might not be a good idea this year, so we're gonna stay in our yard. If you wanna see us, you gotta come to us.
So that's exactly what we did. Okay, whoa. And each room is more terrifying than the last for visitors, leaving everyone with quite the shock. And when it was all said and done, there was no talk of creepy clowns. It was just plain creepy in the best way possible.
It was very nice and it was well put together. We'll do it again next year.
Next year?
Next year.
No, not next year.
Kylie here, echoing that feeling. You want to do it again? Even so, the Heather Street Clowns are here to stay. Back out here live, the show is over for this year. Things have shut down for the night. It was completely free to get in here. It's put on by volunteers every year, about 40 putting on the show this year, and they tell me now that this is over, they're inside right now planning for next year. Live in Jupiter Heights, Jason Hackett, WPTV News Channel 5.